Reaper heading down to the bottom left corner of the map now. Reactor on the way up on the barracks. Overlord spreading out onto the map. SCV from Innovation coming through as well. And a couple of Zerglings from Serral already coming along and going to start nibbling on to that Reaper. SCV heading back home. Reaper obviously just knowing that it's safe to come across the map because that SCV is scouted. And we just get this rolling. SCV from Innovation all the way up to the upper right hand side. Serral with the Overlord coming forwards as well. Again, early game, just a little bit of a chill time here. It's going to be a 2-1-1 from Innovation. Opting for that fast impact, the fast drop at about 5 minutes in the game. So 2 medevacs down to the bottom side. Zerglings of Serral pulling back down to the bottom left as well. They're still on the way up, about to finish up here, as we have 1-1 upgrades from Innovation on the way through. Combat shields have started as well, as we see the creep spread at the front being cleaned out. Actually going to be able to grab a queen as well. 2 queens down, 3 queens down. This is really bad for Serral. Losing 4 queens in the end? Yes, 4 queens. Losing 4 queens is so expensive. Okay, you kill a medevac, but you're meant to keep those queens up and alive, and that makes further medevac harassment very painful. Marines back around the center, and we do see a Zergling just scouting that third base coming up. So some information from Serral instantly counterattacking. I love it. Because if there's one thing Innovation's got nothing to deal with, it is actually a counterattack. There is nothing on this third base. Lings and Banes are going to try and hold the larger Marine tank push down to the bottom side at the same time. Lings going straight after those SCVs. 2 Marines there, going to stim. The Lings going to get held off by the SCVs, not allowing them into the natural expansion properly. Still not bad though, those Lings going to come back home. Serral not finding the chance to take up in towards Lair Tech, not able to find a Spire or a Hydra Den here. So it is just morphing in more Lings, more Banes. And here you go, Ling Bane from 3 angles, from the back, the left, and the bottom. And he comes straight on through. The tanks, though, get big connections on those first Banelings. And there's going to be a lift up on the rest of the Marines. Good engagement from Serral from all directions is what saves him here as he continues to play this Ling Bane style through. And Innovation is looking really fantastic at the moment. In this game number 3, continues to hold, gets 4 bases set up, has a 5th base to mine gold minerals from. This is going to be very good for him, actually, very soon, as Innovation sets up to the top side. Couple medevacs coming along there. Still a lot of creep spread to deal with, though. And that's maybe the biggest issue of all, is, of course, Serral now into Hive Tech. We see the Adrenal Glands invested, the final set of upgrades, plus the Viper production. We are heading into another later game scenario as the Fusion Core from Innovation starts on the natural expansion. Well, these gold minerals are going to mine out here. It's 15 minutes into the game. We are really looking to lock ourselves in for a little while longer at the moment. 3 Corruptors on the way out. Neuroparasite is starting. +2 flyer attacks. +1 flyer carapace. I love the double spire to make sure you get all of those air upgrades. Really prioritize the fact that this is going late game, and every upgrade, the longer you have it for, the more you get out of it. So making the most of this as we see the bio from Innovation coming around. A little bit of a scan here, and just dealing with a couple of creep tumors. Good fungal. And she catches a lot of that bio, and a follow-up fungal will kill the Marines at least. Not enough damage to do the Marauders, and probably not worth the Marauders after either. Liberator gets found instantly, so just needs to actually get underneath it though. Oh my god. This was like the worst positioned Liberator interception I've ever seen. It was great because he caught it, but in the worst possible way. It's now going to fly over Spore. If the damage is already taken, it is going to go down. Okay, Innovation sees it at the very last moment of its life. And he is going to turn it just around to be like, oh, those are the Hydras that are going to kill me. Nice to know. Left base morphing into a planetary fortress. Spore pulls back a little bit. Spore Crawler to the right side will have a similar tale to tell because those tanks will take them to forward positions. Now, although those are very easily abductable tanks, right? You abduct these straight down to the low ground. I think that's what we're about to see here, although don't do it if you... Oh, that was Broodlord, sorry. I'm so obsessed with the abductor, just forget the fact that he has the Broodlords to do exactly what I was talking about and just kill those tanks off. So they were exposed. That was my point. So both the players have all the bases on the map apart from Serral not taking this base over here. This command center has already landed on the right-hand side. That resource is lost. We were talking about a 5k difference before. It's now 3,500. So it is getting closer. Serral is making some better trades. He really wants to come over here and deny this base. The Liberators are going to siege up and try and protect it. For a moment, I think Serral thought, maybe I can jump on this. He can't, though. He actually has to just keep on running with those Liberators continuing to siege. Bio pressing forwards, and there's actually not a lot to support these Spore Crawlers. The Broodlord Infestor kept back just to make sure he doesn't get sniped or EMP'd while not paying attention or looking elsewhere on the map. Attention is a resource. We see Serral this game is much faster to go into the Nidus harassment, something he started to use a bit of in the last game, but Innovation seemed to be a bit too comfortable with. The Brave sieging up once again. Here we go. Nidus will just unload Zerglings, which are going to have a pretty fun time picking off the 3 SCVs here and going towards the production lines. I like it though. I mean, Hydra's now coming out as well, so he's really able to get some damage done with this. Those barracks will drop very quickly. This is very nice damage from Serral, and of course he can just get away very easily too, because he just pulls back into the Nidus network. So he loses a few Zerglings, but not really much more, right? Then the Hydra should just get away, although he'll fight in the concave. One Hydra caught him because of shells. Turns back around. If you target down the Ghost, that'd be really good, and it is what he goes for here. Kills 2 of them. And just a few Hydras to get back home through the Nidus network, but I actually think worthwhile to stick around, because killing the Ghost is obviously a very valuable pick-off. Importantly though, Serral is able to deny this base of Innovation. So this base is going to get denied, and Innovation not going to have that base advantage here, which is very important, because if Serral is going to trade worse than Inno, he needs to mine more than him, and that's what this base here is going to be absolutely critical for as this game continues. And Innovation knows how important it is as well, already sending units to the top left. Might just want to try and defend this base, but I'd be not surprised at all if he poked forwards to try and check if something's over here and to try and take that down as well. Corruptors and Vipers through the center of the map, and big nuke going to land down towards those Spore Crawlers. We see the Ghosts pushing down the right side as well. Another little bit of creep being cleaned out. More Spore Crawlers burrowing up. Marauders still pressing through. Spore picked off. A lot of creep team is starting to go down here. Overlord falls, and this hatchery also being picked away at again. That's exactly what we're expecting. That's what Innovation was so good at in the last game, where he was able to just consistently shut down this base again and again. Obviously it was a different map, but it was the same base. No, it's the same idea, right? Shut down those bases that Serral kind of needs. And just did that so consistently as, oh my god, the EMPs from some Cloaked Ghosts. Big, because now the Vipers have no energy. The Infestors have no energy. Oh my god, no, Serral runs his Infestors into Liberator range. Hits some huge fungal growths though. But there's just no follow-up to it. Well, we do see the Banes are going to chase away the Ghosts on the ground. Serral's going to lose all of his Corruptors, however. 16 more being remade. These Balins are now just in the middle of nowhere as well, coming back along. Ghosts lift back up. And those Banes in the end have actually just been on a journey through the Terran bases, and I'm surprised so many of them got out of here. Definitely doesn't want to go and throw them onto a base. I just don't think that's effective at this point. And Serral hugely supply blocked now. 182 over 162. 9 new Overlords on the way up. Link counter-attack bottom right side, but that Planetary Fortress is morphing in. Not going to be in time to protect, so we'll have to pull the SCVs away. Losing all those Infestors is painful. The 2 EMPs at the start was absolutely crazy. This base on the bottom also being targeted right now. New Banes going off, Marine and Marauder again picked away at here. Broodlord still heading into the right-hand side. That nuke does land, but again, Serral is too good to let the drones die to at the very least. Pulls those away, keeping on top of this while moving his army around in the center of the map. Going to go straight in for a couple of these missile turrets, which are trying to hold this position. And one Ghost in the back, and nuke in to defend, although at the moment that nuke's going to actually kill some of the missile turrets. In the end, he cancels the nuke and just decides to pull away. He realized he wasn't going to gain much by sticking around in that location. Deep Broodlords, Banes, and a Fungal Growth, I think, actually. I'm not sure. Coming in to deny some units there as well. Vikings coming forward. They actually find this. Oh, the Infestors do get a couple Fungals. The nuke gets cancelled again. Last second, that was near the Vikings. It was near the Broodlords. For a moment, it felt as though we were about to have some major connections. Missile turrets continue to be picked away at, and again, Innovation is really struggling to deal with, to keep hold of this phase. So again, a big difference to what we saw in that second game, where Innovation never really struggled to hold on to his bases. This game, the maps are a bit laid out very differently. The bases are much closer together when you get to these external ones, so Serral can put on a lot more of his own pressure. And you can see the value of that so far, as those Banes just want to stay out of Liberator range. Vikings coming forwards once more. Corruptors turning around, getting some good connections. The Banes are going to go chasing down those Ghosts. I tell you what, there's nothing to protect the Ghosts at all. There's absolutely nothing. The Ghosts are going to run. The Ghosts are going to split. The Ghosts will protect themselves. as Serral just tries to blow up in here as many as he can. He actually gets a good view, but he doesn't know where they are because he doesn't have overseers. Meantime, on the bottom side, the Corruptors picking up Liberator after Liberator. Broodlords are still throwing down the pain onto that planet before his Broodlings continue to come down. Serral has money in the bank to remax here, and that's the big difference in terms of supply right now, as all the Vikings get cleaned out, but the last few snipes will get rid of the last Broodlords. 10 SCVs lost, Serral's bank 5k or 6k, Innovation's bank completely spent, and Serral just needs to get the lava, which he's actually lacking at the moment, to be able to rebuild and to max out once again. But by the time he's done, because he didn't have the lava right away, Innovation will probably be remaxed as well. A crazy fight here between Innovation and Serral, and they come out, well, I'd almost say still in a still in a fightable position for both of them. Innovation just has so much over here, but also so much bio on that top left-hand side. How is Serral meant to get that base? Well, one way Serral could approach this is, instead of mining this base now, he could focus heavily on mining this base now. Needs to get this gas going though. Mine this base now, and when that's mined out, make your move towards this base up here. Innovation has these refineries still up and running as well, so he's got that available to him. Another nuke just going to clip a few creep tumors. Spore crawlers pulled back safely once again. It goes to the high ground, wants to press forwards in towards this mineral line. Just coming through to clean the medevacs out on this top side, and those Zerglings will clean up the Marines pretty easily afterwards. There's the nuke. I mean, this one, the drones can even see this because the Ghost is literally stood in a spore crawler range. Serral isn't responding. Serral isn't responding. A little bit late. He will lose 4 drones because of it, but still better than not responding at all. And that's the thing. He always has something to say about those nukes. There's always something coming in. Another nuke lining up behind the mineral line. Link's coming over. Just missing the detection to actually get rid of this Ghost here. Overseer is on the way through, but has to be careful not to actually run it into the nuke as it comes. Finally, the Ghost gets taken down. Has Innovation. Maybe they'll want to do it. Maybe they'll want to take Serral down here. Those Ghosts hanging out in the center of the map. 3 more nukes on the way up from Innovation as well. We're going to be seeing Lings and Hydras picking off a couple of whatever that was in the middle. Honestly, I'm losing track of all these things going on. So difficult to see everything because these guys are crazy. I can't even imagine how they're playing this because they are all over the place. Great abducts, killing off a bunch of medevacs with those Corruptors. Very nicely done. Now a nuke lines up on the bottom side of the map, and that will be able to land. Hatchery takes another shot. It's that one position here. It's a new Ghost. It's the same old story. Third game, now 31 minutes in, as the bio presses that top left-hand side again. This hatchery will fall. It will go down just like that. So the hatchery down. A couple of units going to stim forwards. Queen under fire. Another nuke on the bottom right-hand corner, doing a fantastic job here. So I'll just send his drones back to it. Let's look at that in a moment after this fight. Ghost getting a lot of snipes off. He actually killed the Ghost. He had the Lings going over, so he obviously knew he was safe to send the drones back. But this force from Innovation is just a little bit too much. Continue to press in. Serral does not really have a way to shut it down. He just can't stop this right here. Innovation has had just too good a way of denying these bases. Look with this. Will not be able to keep this going. Big Fungal lands on the Vikings. Can he land a couple more to follow this up? I mean, that's the sort of thing that Serral really needs. Some fantastic spellcasting. That's a good amount of chain fungals there. He will kill the Vikings that he got in that little left-hand side. So that's something at least. Big stim of bio. I mean, this base mined out has been for a while, bar the 310 minerals that remain. A few drones on the way up. More bio from Innovation just pressing down here. Banelings, Lings, Corruptors flying straight on through. The medevac's going to get turned away as well. We are just going to be seeing those Hydras. Also sitting down on the bottom. Innovation bringing more bio out into the middle of the map. These medevacs coming around too. Creep spread from Serral. Setting up over to the right-hand side. This is just crazy. 5 Broodlords and 6 Banes, 3 Infestors, 2 Vipers in production. But that's it. That's Serral's bank pretty much done and dusted. This is his only mining base that he's still struggling to mine from because the nukes will not stop. Pulls it away again. Another nuke in that hatchery is pretty much dead once more here. And we will at least be able to kill off the Ghost this time. Just leaves the Hydras to get the kill. Doesn't let the Banelings roll on in. Innovation going to take the opportunity to go and put this command center down. And that's going to be even more mining for him. As Serral is really, truly bleeding out here on Automaton. It's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous the advantage that Innovation has now. And yes, Serral is maxed out, and I want to try and play it up. I want to be like, yeah, you can do this, you know, maybe some good fungals, but we've just seen he's had so many opportunities to get good fungals, to get, you know, better trades, and he just hasn't found them. Not in this game, nor the last. And that's the problem. He just can't find it. And now, well, I mean, this hatchery really is now one nuke away from dying. Just depends on how close the nuke is. Another Ghost goes down, but so worth it for Innovation. Okay, it's expensive, but not in comparison to how much money he has. It's completely affordable to find out. 1,000 minerals, 1,000 gas. It's still money Serral can use, but is it going to be the 1,000 minerals and 1,000 gas that makes a difference? Unlikely, to say the least, as we see the Broodlings dropping on down here. He's going to go into this. The nuke's still dropping, though, so he has to back away. Innovation has to be careful about that nuke as well. This poor Queen's had enough. I only got hired for 20 minutes of TVZ gameplay. Here I am 37 minutes later. Still, you know, still around. So that Queen gives up as well. Looks as though he's just going to give up here because he just sits on top of the nuke, but he kills the Ghost. No, KSL never gives up. Who am I kidding? He kills the Ghost. Oh my god, he's so brave. He goes right on top of the nuke and just sits there. He just sits there and kills the Ghost so casually. What a hero. What a hero. Well, I mean, entertaining us until the very, very end. He's now trying to defend this left-hand side. I mean, your Banes roll on through. Again, maybe with some miraculous fungal / Bane connections or something. You know, you stack the parasitic bombs. Maybe there's some miraculous way and you kind of pick up. I don't know how. Like, I can't even think of a way. That's how ridiculous it would have to be, but it involves Innovation making too many mistakes to realistically happen. And this is really just watching Innovation say, well, thanks for having me, Katowice. I might not have performed, but look out when I get back to GSL, because this is what I can do. Obviously, this time it kind of looks like Serral is already dead. It's just a matter of he will fight until the very end, and, you know, that's a free Ghost. Just do that 100 more times, and he might be back in the game. You know what? I mean, look at the resources lost. It's now a 7,000 difference. Serral's definitely taken some better fights lately. It's just too late because he's not mining from that base, which he needs. That's the problem. And that's why he stays in the game too, because there is a very small opportunity where maybe if he casts those very amazing Starcasts, like, you know, you find this, like, a couple of Ghosts, it costs you nothing. Maybe then there's like that slight chance you get back into this, but it's so slow. It's so limited. It's really unimaginable that it will actually happen. I mean, now the Ghosts coming through against some snipes. Finally, Innovation scoring some more kills. And now it's going to be actually these Spore Crawlers going down as well, because Serral just pulled them back a moment too late. Ghost still setting up from Innovation here as he's going to keep pressing forward. The nuke's dropping down. The Broodlord's coming down to the bottom as well. A few Spore Crawlers still building up from Serral. Drone sitting behind them. I mean, he is trying everything, isn't he? He will hold on as long as he can. In fairness, it's a tough position. He might, you know, you never know. Is Innovation on the verge of mining out? Well, no, he's got this base here, but it's at that point where maybe if he, you know, you don't quite know as Serral just how, you know, well you're trading exactly. He probably doesn't feel like it's great, but you can't just tap out just in case he miscounted a little bit here or there. Just in case the next minute or so is that miraculous turnaround. Ducks in a Viking. Just going to see the Parasite Bomb coming down. And the Parasite Bombs are the sort of thing that Serral has to kind of rely on here, because they're the sort of things that are free to cast. Just has to get the energy back, and, you know, then, you know, doesn't really cost him anything. Some drones in the front pulling away as well. Serral still with the very tiniest amount of mining of gas on this base over here. And that is it. That is actually it. He has no minerals left or anything beyond that. Goes coming through. Lines a snipe onto the Viper. That's expensive. That's irreplaceable at this stage of the game. 42 minutes. As the Spores are going to come forwards here. He's confident he can grab that Ghost. As you see, oh, big EMPs across the Infestors. It's a lot of energy lost. It's a lot of energy they'll have to rebuild themselves before they come back into the action. The Liberator's still pressing forwards. Ghost underneath. Another Parasite Bomb is actually going to hit all of those Liberators. Innovation's bank, it's incredible. Innovation is actually at the point where his bank is being withered away. Like, his bank is on its last legs. Big fungal growth, but there's not enough fungals to really follow that up. There's a couple of fungals available on those infestors, but the EMPs drop before they can really hit too many more. Another fungal on the ghost, but there's nothing to do with the Vikings. GG. Serral is defeated for the first time in an offline series in 12 months.